This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you are the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends, where we're going to take a deep dive into the lore of the Star Wars universe.
Welcome to the Holocron Histories podcast, where we talk about Star Wars canons versus legends. I am one of your hosts, Austin, also known as Teacup.
And I'm your other host, Ben of Temeria.
Ben, I have a story to tell you before we start. On recording the Dragon Age Lorecast last week, I introed the show, "Hi, my name is Austin," or She-Cup.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was where I was at that day. And
God.
we might have left it, we may or may not have left that in. And so you have to listen to find out, to watch me call myself She-Cup.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's funny. But today, we are not going over canon or legends today. We are going after the very, honestly, surprising announcement that we got back on Sunday. And then we got more info of it back on Monday. Or what's today? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, okay. As we're recording, this is Tuesday. So yesterday for us. Star Wars Outlaws was announced. Completely out of nowhere. Complete left field.
Yeah.
I was at work at the time and just happened to go on break and literally just pull up the live stream on my phone and boom, Star Wars. Is like, wait, what is this? It's like,
Well, yeah. And, we had gotten rumors that Ubisoft was close to finishing the development on its open world game. And we've known Ubisoft has had a Star Wars IP in development since EA lost, or didn't lose. They ended exclusivity with EA,
which I think was
games did.
No, it was 2020 is when that happened.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so, which, I think is a good thing. I think that EA did give us some great games in both Battlefronts. Eventually, Battlefront 2 was amazing.
Mainly Battlefront 2. I wouldn't say Battlefront 1 is the great. Just saying. That's
no, but it was fun. It was fun in its own way. And then they give us, they've had some misses with Squadrons and whatever. And then we get Fallen Order was also produced under EA, at least, kinda.
It was mainly Respawn taking control and literally looking at EA. It's like, we got this. And they just ran with it.
And so I think it's better because I think we should have a multiple styles of Star Wars games, and that requires multiple developers and gaming companies to come and have a thing about it.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Before I want to say it was before 2015, before the Disney acquisition, Star Wars games there was no exclusivity to development. Like BioWare had games, EA had games. I think Activision at some point had Star Wars games.
Activision did Jedi Academy.
Okay, there you go.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
Or was
it? They did. Activision did. Well, Raven Studios did Academy, because I remember that. But Activision might have had a little bit of a hand.
And didn't wasn't Activision also works with Republic Commando?
Oh, maybe that was it.
Because it was a shooter, like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's a great thing. It's good to have more than just one studio specifically under for Star Wars. But with Outlaws, as we were saying, it is being developed by Ubisoft, specifically by Massive Entertainment, which is their subsidiary for Division 1 and Division 2, and the concurrent like Division Resurgence and Heartland, which is also in development. So it's going to be obviously just from Division 1 and Division 2. This is mainly going to be a shooter style, which honestly I'm fine with. There are Star Wars characters that don't use lightsabers, and I'm okay with that. But so far as setting, we do know it is set in between the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So it's in that 1 year gap right between those two films. And surprisingly, a lot happens in that 1 year. Obviously, you know, Han Solo's frozen carbonite being handed to Jabba, which, fun fact, you do see that in the reveal trailer, seeing Han being delivered to Jabba. And then, in the story is what's really interesting. You don't deal with the Rebel versus Empire struggle for once. We are not doing that. Going a complete different trope. We are dealing with mainly crime syndicates. So, you know, the Pikes, the
Black Suns, the Hutts, all of that. Probably the Crimson Dawn. I think, you know,
probably.
Maybe we'll get some Kira in this game. She's very active during this time.
This is true. I didn't think of that. So you do play as a scoundrel named Kay Vess, and you do have, and this is going to be raving of all Star Wars fans now. So, you know, in Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, we had the cute BD-1 droid companion. Now we have another cute companion named Nyx, who is a little furry animal creature that Kay will have at all times. And Nyx actually has gameplay elements. Like, Nyx will like to distract guards, go fetch weapons for you, will hit panels so you can like secretly like get behind enemies, or like climb on crates to solve puzzles and stuff like that. Yeah. It's adorable though. Nyx is adorable. We do see Kay play Pazak in the trailer and in the gameplay. I'm kind of hoping they bring Sabak as a minigame.
I kind of hope we do get Sabak. I would be okay with Pazak too.
But Pazak's not canon.
They can do whatever they want.
Fair point. But yeah, bring back a card game. It's an open world game for once. We need a card game, just like any other open world.
I think probably Sabak might be what we're doing. Because Sabak is like the poker version of in the Star Wars universe, whereas Pazak is like blackjack.
Yes. Yeah, it's just different types of card games, comparable to real life card games. And then so the gameplay is set in third person, so you're always like over the shoulder, kind of like behind the character. Blaster combat we do see in the gameplay footage they showed. And from what we can tell in the gameplay footage, you have different blaster configurations with your pistol, from what it looks like.
I think so. Did you watch the post show of UB Forward?
I didn't, because
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't, because I was also at work, and so I was trying to see if they did anything like post game with Ubisoft.
I don't know if they did. I just know they've talked about like the settings and like why it takes place in this and why who's this and who's that kind of thing. I don't think they really talked about gameplay mechanics in the post show. But from what we see in the gameplay, your blaster pistol that you have looks like there's an ion part of your weapon that you can disable shields. You can also go full blaster. But you will only have a blaster pistol on hand. If you want like a blaster rifle, Nyx will have to go get it. Like we see like in the gameplay footage, and you're in a firefight with the Pike Syndicate, and it looks like an abandoned TIE facility. There's like broken down TIE fighters and whatnot, and you're there to steal something for the client that hired you. And in the gameplay, you see Kay use her blaster pistol, you know, just like over the shoulder fire, like similar to Mass Effect if anybody's played Mass Effect. And then she goes up against someone and like they pull up an ion shield. So then the player switches the blaster. I couldn't tell what it was so quick. I think there's a blaster component to where like you can disable shields and then you knock them out with the punch. But you can go full stealth in this game if you really wanted to.
Yeah. And which we have yet to really get in a Star Wars game.
Nope, not at all. Every Star Wars game we've seen and played over the course of like 30 years has been all guns blazing, because why use stealth when you shoot a blaster you can't silence the shot?
Yeah, the closest we get is KOTOR, really. And Battlefront 2 had a quasi stealth element, but you get like one stealth kill before they're like, oh, we see her. Let's all kill Iden. And so I think it'll be really interesting. I would be curious if we could get some type of like maybe a vibro dagger or some type of vibro blade, since they are canon now. Like,
this is true. And they do show them in the trailer using vibro blades, so who knows? I'm hoping so. I mean, we only got 10 minutes of gameplay, and from what we know, this game is going to be massive. See what I did there? Massive entertainment.
But it looks like we're getting something where we have the Jedi series of Fallen Order and Survivor really to thank for this game. Like, because I think it laid the groundwork for a lot of features that we're going to see, like the flawlessly moving between planets. Like, that started with Jedi Fallen Order, and now we're getting it to where it's like No Man's Sky, where we're going to flawlessly move between planets and go in and out of battle and stuff like that. You are going to feel like, I mean, the way they would make it feel more like you yourself are in the Star Wars universe is by just giving us it in VR.
All right. Be interesting if they did something like that. We'll see. I feel like if they do, and this is just off topic of what we're talking about today, if we actually go and do another Star Wars VR game that's not like, Star Wars Battlefront with the X-Wing mission or whatnot, or Vader Immortal, and do something like this, and depending how Assassin's Creed Nexus runs and plays out, if Assassin's Creed Nexus is what we hope it's going to be and what they kind of showcase it to be, I have a very strong feeling Ubisoft would be the good team to do that.
Right. And I think this is a boost. The money that Ubisoft probably got from this deal to do this game is probably the fact that if they get some like high-end Star Wars Disney money contracts, all it's going to do is make their other IPs soar, because they're going to be able to turn around and invest that. I mean, look, the way Nexus looks like a company who
actually took time
releases
into a VR game.
yes. And like, I mean, I'm not going to pretend that Valhalla's release was flawless, because it absolutely was not. But the Division has been pretty okay.
True. Division's been good. I mean,
and
constant support. You can't deny that.
But I mean, Valhalla was buggy as heck, especially if you played on PC. And it was even buggy on console.
Yes, this is true.
And so it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. I hope and pray to God that they do a little bit more maybe performance support than Respawn did with Jedi Survivor. Just because Jedi Survivor was...
Yeah, so fidelity and performance modes for Jedi Survivor, if anybody knows and hasn't played the game, is essentially was the same. There was like no difference between the two, which is insanely, because I played on fidelity mode because I wanted to get the environments, better graphics. Just I didn't care playing at 30 FPS, because I'm normally, most console players are used to playing 30 FPS, so it doesn't really matter to me. But and you played on performance mode, didn't you?
I did play on performance mode, but I was still dropping below 30 SPF on certain areas. And like, it did get to the point, I know some PC players who were running at like 2, 3, 4 FPS, and like, with the timing that has to be done on those dodges in some of those games, especially if you're playing at Grandmaster, it would be unplayable. You would not be able to kill anything if you were running at 4 FPS.
Yeah. But to get back on track with Outlaws real quick, so if anybody's played Grand Theft Auto, you'd be very familiar with this game feature that they showed in the gameplay trailer. You can get wanted. Just like in GTA, where you get caught doing a crime, if you get wanted, the Empire will specifically go after you.
Well, I also hope that they combine this feature with the mercenary feature from Odyssey. Ooh. Where you have like the mercenary trees, and you can go on the offensive and hunt down bounty hunters.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Is not that far off, because it's the same company. So like,
true.
It's not that far off that they would put a similar thing in there. I mean, I can't tell you, like, of Assassin's Creed game, I probably put the most hours in Assassin's Creed 3, because that's the one I got right when I was in high school, and I just sat around after school every day because high school wasn't hard for me, and played video games and played the crap out of Assassin's Creed 3. But Odyssey, like, I spent hours upon hours and hours just hunting down mercenaries.
And there was a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah, and I think that would be really cool, especially kind of interaction with the Bounty Hunter Guild. And doing that, because you can't have a game focused on the crime syndicates without including the Bounty Hunters Guild.
That is true. I mean, for all we know, we don't know what other factions. Well, I mean, obviously, we see the Pikes, they talk about the Black Suns, they talk about the Hutts and like the trailers and whatnot. We obviously see the Empire has a huge presence.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I would assume that the Crimson Dawn.
I would hope so. The Bounty Hunter Guild, I would imagine, because the whole Boba Fett, capturing Han Solo during this period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that has a huge recognition for the Bounty Hunters Guild right there.
But isn't there, in canon, there's like an auction for Han Solo?
Yes.
Before he goes to Jabba the Hutt.
Correct. But I think this is the time, that's right after he gets carbonated, As far as we see in the reveal trailer, we see Boba handing Jabba Han. Like right then and there. But for all we know, that could also be at the auction. We don't know.
Right.
And
it also,
at the auction,
some
that'd be terrifying as if you're playing as Kay and you go to the auction to like do this quote unquote heist. Vader's there.
Right. I will also say that some of the planet shots did look like Kobo a little bit, like with Pyloons and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, once we come back from once we hit our mid-break and come back, that is something I did jot down some of the planets that we do know we are going to. But we still don't know how many planets they are. And being an open world game, I would imagine there's going to be at least 10. I'm hoping. At least more than Jedi Survivor. Please.
I was very disappointed in the number of planets for Jedi Survivor.
Like, they're massive, and especially Kobo being as massive as it is. Give me more options of planets. Like, please.
But, like, that's what they do in a lot of... Like, even Jedi Survivor, in the scale it was, like, Zepho was obviously much bigger than any other planet we went to.
True. That is true. But at this time, I think it's a good time to take our mid-break.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
You're good, because it mutes you when it does that. You're good.
Oh, it does. Okay. That's fine. All right. So welcome to the middle of the show where we talk about all things that have to do with the podcast. And it's here where I let you know that we have a Patreon. And if you'd like to support us, you can go there and sign up at patreon.com/holocronhistories. You can sign up and support us there and get any benefit from just ad-free episodes to coming up with us on the show. You can also support us by leaving ratings and reviews on Apple or Spotify. If you leave us a kind comment or a 5-star review with words, we will read it out on a future episode of the show. Other than that, you can come and hang out with us on Discord. If you want the news about this podcast and what we're doing, Discord is the place to be. That's where we post first to do all of that stuff. If we have upcoming stuff for the podcast or anything, we post that on Discord first. And so you can join us at the Cups Podcasting and More Discord server or the Robots Radio Discord server. We're both there under similar names. And so you can come and hang out with us there. You can also check us out live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And those are your U.S. time zones. If you are in Hawaii or overseas, your time zone is not included. Sorry. But yeah, you can come check it out live every Tuesday. Though I do have an announcement that, well, I don't know. Are you going to get, we can cut this out later. Are you going to get co-host or are you going to?
Oh, no, next week.
Next
week we'll just, next week we're taking a small break.
Yes.
Gives me a little break, and then Teacup Austin here has work stuff. So we have day jobs. So
yes. So it'll be a 2-week break as I will be unavailable next Tuesday and the Tuesday after.
Oh, I didn't know 2 weeks. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. Yes, 2 weeks. And so we will come back in July.
Oh, wow. Okay, yes. But
Yes.
just to give everybody a heads up, so I do want to shout out a comment we got on Spotify by Star Wars and Halo. This is on our Grey Jedi episode, so this was our last week's episode. It was a really good episode. I've never known much about the Grey Jedi, but I want an episode focused on Darth Revan. Well, Star Wars and Halo, when we come back in July, you bet we are finally going to take a dive into Revan's history. Not only on one episode, but 2 episodes, because he has such an extensive history.
Yes.
So much.
And if you liked our Grey Jedi episodes, I've got opinions on Revan too. They're a little more positive, but I do have opinions.
Good to hear. But and we do live stream this on, as Austin said, on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on my Twitch channel, Ben of Temeria. So
yes,
which I got new Twitch logo art from Deathalaid. Looks epic. It's great.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
So if anybody wants to see that art, it is right there on my Twitch. And yeah, that's it. And we will go right back into more Outlaws.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
The award-winning American Airlines Advantage program rewards more than travel. It takes your whole life to new heights. Earn miles when you fly, as well as with thousands of your favorite brands. And then redeem those miles for flights, upgrades, and experiences worldwide. Advantage members also enjoy earlier boarding and free high-speed Wi-Fi in flight. Join for free and start earning towards your next adventure at aa.com/Spotify.
Okay, so now we're back. As we said earlier in the show, planets. So as far as we know, we see 3 planets that we know for a fact we're going to. That we have names for. God knows. We in the gameplay trailer at the very end, we see like a compilation of multiple planets. It looks like there was like 5 different planets at least. So obviously we're going back to Tatooine. Lo and behold. Gotta go back to that Tatooine.
Let's be quite honest. Is it a story about crime syndicates if we don't go back to Tatooine?
That's a fair point, because Jabba.
It is the hive of scum and villainy.
This is true.
So, just saying.
We have Ashkaha, which is a mining planet that we see. A planet that looks similar to Kijin, which is from Rise of Skywalker. So that is the planet they go to see Babu Frick and Poe's ex-con friend.
Whatever.
I can't remember her name on the top of my head.
Zori,
thank you. Where she's from. And then Cantonica, which I don't know much of that planet. Personally,
no, I think it's new. I actually do think it's new.
But there's 4 planets we know for a fact right there, and God knows how many other planets. So that is.
Well, I remember in the trailer showed at the Xbox game show, it looked like Coruscant was also in that footage as well.
Okay, that'd be interesting if we go to Coruscant. I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot of crime syndicates on Coruscant.
Well, and like for those of you who don't know, at least in Legends canon, there's a whole battle for Coruscant. that comes out after they blow up the Death Star at Endor. Like, they still have to go to Coruscant and liberate it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens there. But also, they kind of like shifted the galactic hub from Coruscant to the Hansian system, and so I don't know how that is going to play in.
I mean, that's post return though. So currently, the Empire's in control. Coruscant's the main capital still, but who knows what we'll see there. So there's also, as we said earlier, there's seamless flight on world to off world. And by seamless flight, I mean there's literally no load time when you get in your ship and you take off to space.
I think that hyperspace that we saw is probably the closest thing that we'll get to a load time.
Yeah.
Which reminds me very similarly to kind of Destiny's load screens, where it's like you're traveling, but you still kind of had control of your ships and stuff. But
you just weave it. In Destiny, yeah, you get a load screen in Destiny, but it's just when you go to orbit when you jump to your destination. I mean, we get that in Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. When you go from planet to planet, the load screen, quote unquote, is the hyperspace. Even though you're still in control of Cal and everything during the time, that's the game trying to load in everything, all the aspects and everything, assets.
Right. Which is just so... I was disappointed that we didn't get to fly the Mantis a little bit. But... yeah,
that's true.
But, well, looks like we'll get to fly... Did you notice that the combat, like the space... Because I see your next point is the space combat, so we can go talk about it. Did you know it seemed very similar to space combat from the SWTOR?
Yes. Yep. That I did. Which I'm all for. I mean, it's a lot more in-depth than SWTOR's. So in Star Wars Old Republic, the MMO, there's two types of space combat. You have the PvP space combat, where you have full control of your starfighter and blasting through and everything. And then there's the like starfighter missions, which are on aboard your class starfighter, but it's a track shooter. Like you control your ship just like weaving, but you don't control like where it's like going. And then you control where the guns shoot. That's it.
Right.
Where in this one you have like, you know, full control. It's squadrons but third person.
Right.
And it looks great.
It does. It does look really great. I'm very excited about this game.
I am curious. We'll be able to... I'm sure we probably will. But I want to know if we can upgrade our ship.
I would assume so. Especially with... I don't know. Starfield has been in development supposedly for 25 years.
Okay.
Is what they told us at Xbox Game Show.
I don't know about 25 years.
That's what they said. They said 25 years in the making.
That's probably a good, like, 15 years of it was concept.
Yes. But Starfield, obviously, if you have not watched that and you are a Bethesda game fan, go watch it. The game looks amazing. But they have a lot of ship customization in there. I hope that we do get some, especially since that was something that I was wishing we had in Survivor, was stuff to customize the Mantis a little bit. But I would love some kind of customization, or at least maybe even like thinking in a more Assassin's Creed style flow of things, the ability to upgrade it similar to how we upgrade the Jackdaw, the Morrigan, or the Andrastia in those games.
Yeah,
like we need to collect resources. We need to collect resources, buy upgrades and stuff like that.
And I don't know if you noticed this. Did you notice the ship that you fly, that Kay has, is very similar to a certain drop ship we get when you go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for the Rise of the Resistance ride.
Yes, I did notice that.
Very similar, like, style of ship. Obviously, it's, more maneuverable and more based on combat rather than, transporting people, but still.
Speaking of some references to obscure things, I guess this one doesn't really count as obscure, but let's talk about Jalen.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, he's your quote-unquote companion. We don't know if he's a friend. We don't know if he's a foe. We just know he presents you with this basically jobs to do. Because that's what you're trying to do in the galaxy. You're literally just trying to survive. But what's your thing with Jalen?
Did you look at his design?
Yeah.
Did you really look at his design? That man is Kyle Katarn. I'm sorry. You will not convince me otherwise. That man is Kyle Katarn.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You looked, and that's why Lucasfilm has been doing this, or I mean Disney, and since Lucasfilm has been brought back into as an actual division of part of Disney now, with LucasArts and all that, they're literally going back and bringing back, hey, we liked this character, but let's make him a little different and have him and name him a completely different character.
No, I think it's an alias. I am convinced. I will not be disappointed if I'm wrong, but I'm convinced that it is actually Kyle Katarn. And I mean, they already kind of did his story a little bit with Rogue, because they with Rogue One, and so because they rewrote how they get the Death Star plans for the first one. But I mean, it would be really interesting, and we might have a tie-in with the Rebel Alliance. And that's the thing, because we know that the Rebel Alliance during this time is still using a kind of spy network and recruiting criminals and scoundrels, quote unquote, to come and help the rebellion, especially with what we see in the Andor show. And
That's
so
true. Oh, that would be interesting having this, because the emphasis of the game is you as Kay you're trying to do the biggest heist in the galaxy that has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you that Jalen, just like Austin said, is, an agent of the rebellion, cohorts Kay into doing this heist, and she's not even knowing that she's part of the rebellion until closer midway through the game or something. Because the Empire is the main focus as quote unquote enemies besides other crime syndicates.
We know that there is a mission to steal the Death Star 2's technical readouts.
True.
All we know about that said mission in canon is that many Bothans died to bring that information. We have yet to really see a Bothan in canon. True. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so. I want to say yes.
Yeah. They're all over the Legends EU, especially post Return of the Jedi. But I think it's interesting that maybe they're going to give us Kyle Katarn's story a little bit with stealing the Death Star 2 plans instead of the Death Star 1.
Interesting. And still bring him back from Legends to canon, but do it differently. Ooh.
I don't know. That's just speculation.
Right. We don't know for sure. We don't talk to Ubisoft as much as we probably would want to. But
we know at least the Empire has a lot of things in development. We know that from Rogue One with the list of on Scarif. And I doubt that Scarif was the only place that had a backup of all these plans. And so I doubt any of them are lost, because we know they get implemented later, like the hyperspace tracking and other things like that are mentioned in when Jen is going through the list. So there could be anything. I mean, we could have the shroud that's mentioned in Jedi Battle Scars. We could have a number of things that go anywhere.
True. That's all speculation. We don't know for sure, but there's so many different routes they could do for a quote-unquote heist. And you're not going to do this heist alone. So, obviously, you have Nyx, who's your furry, cute companion with you at all times. But this is honestly...
I would die for Nyx.
Right. This is honestly what I'm super excited for. You get another companion by the name of ND-5. ND-5 is a modified separatist commando droid who is actually nice.
Those things are... I mean, we make jokes, but like the commando droids, as far as combat abilities, are no joke. Like, they're probably the ones that actually probably stand, like, that the clone trooper is actually worried about.
Well, I mean, we see commando droids in action in Clone Wars, and they give the clones a huge fight on their hands.
Yeah,
like, it's not easy to take one of these down. Now, granted, even like playing Jedi Survivor, Cal has difficulties taking one like down, let alone multiples. Right. Granted, it's different for him because he has the Force and is wielding a lightsaber and all. But still, like, for an average person or even a clone to go up against one of these things is no joke. Their agility and their agile, like, body structure.
Fast.
Yeah.
They're very fast.
And if you notice...
They might be fast. Yeah, they might be fast, but they're durable. Like, they shake off blaster bolts. Things that would take down B2s and B1s.
Right. And I don't know if you noticed this. Did you, like, on the cover and when we see ND-5, he's straight up in, like, cowboy regalia.
Right.
It's great.
He looks like an NRC Ranger from New Vegas.
Yes.
NCR Ranger from New Vegas, yeah.
Just give him a hat and done.
Yeah.
Or does he... He doesn't have a hat in the cover.
I don't think he has a hat. It's just the trench coat.
Yeah, but give him a hat because he's wearing a trench coat. He's wearing a holster with a blaster pistol on the side, like full on cowboy style. Yeah, I need him to now have
I love
cowboy hat.
I loved the Ranger power armor in New Vegas. My favorite look.
Absolutely. And I'm still waiting, Obsidian, for New Vegas 2. I'm still waiting. If Obsidian's listening, I'm still waiting for that. Anyway. And then... So we do see a Rancor in the trailer. That's all we know. We don't know where this Rancor is at. We don't know who his is. There's speculation. It could be Jabba's Rancor, for all we know. We don't know. Obviously, if it's Jabba's Rancor, it's probably in a cutscene kind of a thing and not you actually fighting it, I'm hoping. Because...
Well, we don't know when this is going to end. Like, this game might end right at the start of
Return. That's a good
Return
point.
of the Jedi.
That's true. Oh, yeah. For all we know, we could be in Jabba's palace during the events when Luke visits Jabba to get Han. Oh my gosh, that would really be a good tie-in to like finish up the game. I mean, honestly, thinking they say big heist in quotes, and like, what big heist is there besides getting Han Solo, one of the generals from the Rebel Alliance?
Right.
Then if we go to Tatooine I think we might have a good idea on the story.
Maybe. I don't know. It could be anything. Ubisoft is known for surprises, so who knows?
That's true. I mean, That's true.
They are also not afraid, and they're not afraid to kill off main characters. So
no, they are not. Yeah, they kill off main characters all the time. Assassin's Creed. Poor Yusuf. That was like something I was not expecting. Revelations. I'm sorry. He was my favorite person in that game, and they killed him.
Oh, Yusuf?
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like, I actually got mad at Ubisoft for once. It's like, really?
Is this game rated M? Or are we still rating pending?
It is still rated pending. We don't have a rating for it. But being Star Wars, I guarantee it's going to be rated T.
Probably.
I don't expect
Does Ubisoft make... Do they make T-rated games? Other than, like, Just Dance.
I was about to say, it's like, that's the only one I know. No, they make sports games. They make The Crew and
right.
Riders Republic.
Have they ever made a T-rated RPG?
Not to my knowledge. It's like... So there
it's just, I mean,
Assassin's Creed,
their story,
Far Cry,
Assassin's Creed,
Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy,
Rainbow Six, all the Tom Clancy games.
Yeah, they're all rated M. Beyond Good and Evil.
Well, no, I think Splinter Cell was rated T.
Was it? I don't think it was. Maybe the first
I don't know, that's
one.
bad. Yeah, that's back on the original Xbox. That's
like,
really digging
after
my
the
brain
first
out.
one. Everything I know for a fact, like Double Agent and above, was all rated M. I think the first one was rated M. But anyway,
I'm just gonna say, like, Ubisoft's story writing, especially in their present day games, is to rip your heart out. So, like,
expect emotional tolls.
Yes, I don't. And Ubisoft, we always talk about BioWare being the game that has, like, your actions have consequences. But Ubisoft, like, will make your life miserable if you make wrong choices.
Yeah. It's like, Valhalla is a very good prime example of this. If you make really dumb decisions in Valhalla, you will have the most worst ending and most traumatizing ending of all. It's terrible.
And I mean, even Odyssey is like that as well. And, like,
oh yeah, like,
I mean, this is the thing, like,
oh, I'm going to kill this guy. And then you find out later, he's your father. Oh.
Origins, too, should come with an emotional trigger warning.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, it's just, I could see EA or Lucasfilms trying to push a T rating, but I just don't see the Ubisoft team doing that because of the way they tell stories.
Fair point.
We've never had an M-rated Star Wars game.
This is also true. So,
but we've also never had a Star Wars show as gritty and as violent as Andor.
Also true.
So, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, we don't know. It'd be interesting if this was rated M. I can't see it because it has the Star Wars name on it. And same goes with, like, so Ubisoft's also developing Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora, which is a first-person game where you play as a Na'vi, but you use primitive weapons with human weapons. But I don't know if that's rated M, because they've yet to put a rating on that. But you do kill people. But who knows? I don't know. And then the last point I had was, in open world, you can use hover bikes. You can have speeder showdowns. I'm excited for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game's great. The stuff we got from the Xbox showcase, the stuff we got from the Ubisoft Forward, we are very set for the next, like, this year and next year, like, big time. And just like a little side tangent before we end the show, we have Starfield this year, which if you have not seen the Starfield Direct, go watch it. It's 45 minutes long. You will not be disappointed because it's literally everything that I've ever wanted for a space game, and we're getting it. And did you ever, Austin? Did you ever play Oblivion?
Yes.
And you saw who they brought back?
Oh my god! Don't I hate that thing so much.
So if anybody knows,
and I am
in Oblivion, if you complete the gladiator battles, you get an NPC called the Adoring Fan comes up to you and like literally berates you and like follows you everywhere and loves you to death. Well, they also had him in ESO, which I don't know how you encounter him in ESO, but he's in the game. They brought him back for Starfield.
He's a god. He's a god. It's the only explanation.
And
he's Akatosh. That's what I'm going with. He's Akatosh. And Akatosh he is both a world-ending dragon and an annoying wood elf who follows you around.
And fun fact, like, if you look at him, it's the same voice actor who plays him in Oblivion and ESO. They got the original guy to come back. They modeled his character just like Oblivion, just instead of pointy ears. And he's as annoying as ever with actually more creepy dialogue.
Yes. So this is what I'm going to say. So if you've played Mass Effect, you're familiar with Conrad Werner, who is a Shepherd idolizer. I played Mass Effect around the same time I finished Oblivion. And I will be quite honest with you. I told Conrad Werner to go away and was rude to him because I was triggered by the Adoring Fan from Oblivion.
But hey, you don't have to encounter him in Starfield because to have him follow you, you have to select a perk when you create your character.
Yeah, but you could probably select it later.
Probably true.
I will.
You can also kill him.
I will shoot him out the airlock. I will shoot him out the airlock. No, if you kill him in Oblivion, he comes back. He's essential.
Oh, yeah, that's right, he is. But in Starfield, he's not, so...
Yeah. I will shoot him out the airlock.
But yes, go watch the Starfield Direct. I'm super excited.
Yes.
Austin's excited. But we have, Star Wars Outlaw, what we talked about today. There's, Mirage coming out. Codename Jade has a closed beta later this month. So go register. Which
Ubisoft, I am an Assassin's Creed content creator. Get me in this beta.
I'm his co-host. Just get me in there too. On this show, not on Assassin's Creed.
Jeez.
Codename Jade looks gorgeous though too. And I'm like, is this really a mobile game? And then I looked who developed so Ubisoft was in partner with Tencent to make the game. And I was like, oh, that's why it looks gorgeous, because they have the people behind Genshin Impact.
Yes. Which Genshin Impact is still winning awards.
Yes. And it's on all platforms. And we got Nexus stuff, which is a full-fledged game, which I did not realize until after the fact.
Yeah. I thought it was a platform.
It is.
It was like a launcher.
They confirmed it is going to be a full-fledged Assassin's Creed game with the three, with Cassandra, Ezio, and Connor. And they said they're adding more story to their stories. Ezio's takes place 2 years after Brotherhood.
And Cassandra's takes place after the events of Odyssey, and Connor's takes place after or in some time between. They gave us the years, but it's still during the revolution, but I think it's other stuff that he was doing. But I will say this. I'm just going to point this out. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, just bear with me. If you're not, just bear with me. Ubisoft is Abstergo.
At this point in time, yes. Because that's all they focus on now.
They're Abstergo. They're giving us VR stuff to do their games and live it and do it. They basically handed us an Animus.
Yep. And I need to go out and now buy an Oculus to play this game because it comes out this holiday. And when they announced Ezio is like one of the main characters you play in the game, I have to have it. Because Ezio...
No, they did this.
I will say you are going... You're going to get motion sickness, if anything, in this game.
Yeah. They said this. They set out and played this and says, how can we get Austin into VR? And they said, let's just put his 3 favorite assassins in VR.
Cassandra was one of the favorites?
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, okay. Connor, obviously, because you...
Top 3.
Because you play the heck out of 3. And then,
yeah.
Who doesn't love Ezio?
My top 3, actually, and I might get a lot of hate for this, are Connor, Cassandra, Ezio.
In that order?
Yep, in that order.
Okay, interesting. But, all right. But yeah, Star Wars Outlaws is coming out next year. We don't have like a launch window besides the year date, so we shall see. But regardless, I'm super excited. I know Disney and LucasArts did announce like a year ago they want to try and have at least 2 Star Wars games release every year at some way or another, being one main, like one AAA title and then like one like small title or something along that lines. So,
well, a little update. According to the Xbox.com, the rating it says rating pending, likely teen 13 plus. But I just want to point out the Xbox store, I think also, or one of the stores also says that Assassin's Creed is coming out in the year 3000. So take that with a grain of salt.
Mirage?
I can't remember. Yeah, Mirage. I can't remember.
No. But yeah. But that's all we have for this episode. We are going to take a, 2-week hiatus just to give some rest and to deal with like our day jobs. But we will be back with the most fan favorite of characters, Revan.
And she is wonderful.
Oh, we're going to go into that complications. But cool. Anything else?
Nothing. Also, don't come hate for me. I know what the canon says about Revan. I'm being antagonistic. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. So
cool.
Thanks all for listening.
And may the Force be with you. Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWHoloHistories and contact us at holocronhistories@gmail.com.
Stitch Fix. Stop shopping, get styled.
A+ on the outfit, Miss Turner.
You are about to slay parent-teacher conferences.
Oh, these? Just the most perfect fitting jeans my stylist sent me.
Oh, hello, you, who didn't set one foot in a mall and still looks amazing.
Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. Stitch Fix. Get started today at StitchFix.com. To my stylist, this look is dedicated to you. Thank you. Thank you.